Hey y'all, I got an anime channel called MysticSage, where I do anime top 10s, speculations, and more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch to keep up to date with me, the channel, and even for some entertainment. Links will be in the description below. Thanks guys, enjoy the video. Welcome to the official Pokemon Sword and Shield waifu ranking video. Obviously this is 100% fact-based and no other opinion could possibly be correct. After all, I am a waifu expert. However, if you do disagree, you can leave your own rankings in the comments below. And on that note, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more Pokemon content. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I was originally gonna make this list a top 10, but it turns out there just aren't that many characters in Sword and Shield in general, and there's only 9 women in the game, and 3 of them aren't exactly viable options. You could count your mom, which, I'm not quite from that part of America for that, but I guess if you're into that, more power to you. So next up are 2 more characters who are kind of don't fit the idea of waifu, Opal and Professor Magnolia. Listen, I told you there aren't many options in this game. Anyways, we're slotting these 2 together because they're like both 100 years old. Opal is the fairy-type gym leader in Ball and Leia. She uses some pretty awesome Pokemon like Togekiss, Mawile, Galarian Weezing, and Alcremie. She has love for all things cute, and in her own eyes, that is just about anything that is pink. Even Beat, and in case you forgot, Beat is awful. Opal in general is super wholesome and adorable. They really nailed the feeling of her being an old grandmother-ish kind of character, and that's kind of the issue here. Not only does Opal look like she could be my grandmother, but she also reminds me of her and how she acts and talks. So just like your mom, she's kind of off limits on the list. And all the same can basically be said about Galar's Professor Magnolia. I enjoyed her character and she is super adorable as a grandmother, but again, I'm not really looking to make a grandma into a grand waifu, you know? Okay, so moving on. But with that out of the way, we can jump into the real Pokemon Sword and Shield waifu wars. Let's begin. So our number 6 for this video goes to a character that has a ton of hype and who is super popular in the community, Melony. The Ice-type gym leader of Circhester City's gym kind of has that classic snow bunny vibe about her. I feel like the people who are really into Melony are the same ones who liked Wick in Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is fine. But obviously, if she is down at the bottom of our list, then that really isn't my thing. Her trainer card explains that she is a strict coach, known for being stoic and severe to anyone who challenges her. Apparently stemming from a fight she got into with her son Gordy about whether or not he could take over the gym so she could retire. The two don't see eye to eye very often, however despite that, Melony was still the first member of the Gordy fan club. It's always nice to see a mom who loves her son, even when they are upset with each other. Oh, and I almost forgot, the most important thing about Melony that makes her total waifu material. She is a mom I'd like to obviously be really close friends with and have a tea date. Okay, so next up in our number 5 spot we have Gloria, the female player character. Honestly, I really think Game Freak has pretty regularly killed it with their female protagonists for a long time. May, Serena, Rosa, Hilda, Gloria is just another great installment. She's incredibly cute, charming, and had such a great meme following when she was first introduced. People really jumped on her being Scottish and making these hilarious images. Now there aren't too many of them I can show on screen because as it turns out the majority of them drop a few C or F bombs, which to be fair is pretty fitting, but I don't think you two would be the biggest fan of them. Honestly though, I think Gloria is just super adorable and wholesome, and I think we can all agree that she needs to be protected. You know who doesn't need to be protected though? Bee. There's something magical about a girl who can beat you up. Erza, Yoko, Revi, and of course Bee. She's the fighting-type gym leader of Stow-N-Side's gym in Pokemon Sword, and uses Pokemon like Hitmontop, Pangoro, Surfetch'd, and Machamp. A team of full chads, if I do say so myself. Bee was given special attention as a child, and she worked incredibly hard to become more powerful, and to be calm and collected in any situation. She has that whole kudere thing, where she rarely shows emotions. However, it's all because she doesn't want to look weak. One of my favorite parts of Bee, though, has to be right at the end of her normal league card, where it says she has recently been exposed for loving sweets, and as a result, she ended up getting so many from fans that they become difficult to eat. It's so cute to think of this buff girl beating down gym challengers, and then being showered in a ton of candy from her fans. For such a stoic character, Bee has a lot of charm and is a definite fan favorite, and I think a lot of that comes from her design. She probably has one of the most clean designs in the game. It's not flashy or over the top like Milo, Pierce, or Raihan, and it really fits her. I'm not saying I dislike those designs, but having them in contrast to Bee just kind of makes her stand out more as a result. Plus, I mean, silver hair, that's easy waifu material. I said yep. Number 3 kicks off with the original Sword and Shield waifu, Professor Sonia. Sona is hella cute and super fashionable. I think among all the chaos and hate that came with the early Sword and Shield announcements, there was only one thing that united every Pokemon fan, and that was a willingness to die for Sonia. And that hair twirl thing she does, I swear that has me weak every time I see it. But Sonia was more than just a pretty face in these games. She was a character with her own hopes and dreams, wanting to become a Pokemon professor like her grandmother. Throughout your own adventures in Galar, you will constantly see Sonia popping up to research new topics and learn about the history of Galar. So while you journey to become the best like no one ever was, Sonia is kind of on a parallel journey to do the same. And when you finally become a champion, she finally becomes a professor. I mean, think about it. How often do we see a side character in Pokemon that sets and completes their own goals without the player doing all the work? Off the top of my head, I can only really think of Wally starting out as a wimp and working hard to be a great trainer. It isn't like Lance taking down Team Rocket and having you do all the real work. I think my favorite part of Sonia, though, has to be in her bedroom. No, not in that way. But if you look around her bedroom, you will see sketches all over it from her studying Pokemon. It's so overwhelmingly clear that she is passionate about her dream that you feel really happy for her when she finally becomes a professor. I guess what I'm saying is that you should get an educated girl with a dream. There are very few teams I have been sympathetic towards in Pokemon history. Team Rocket were just thugs. Aqua and Magma were actual idiots. Plasma is just PETA gone wrong. And Flare...
No, God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Honestly, the only teams I've ever really understood was the wise, the wonderful, and the admittedly creepy Team Yell. They might be a little weird, but hey, if you're going to worship someone like a goddess, it may as well be Marnie. This right here is your goth girlfriend. Not only is Marnie easily one of the best characters in the series, she just has a lot to offer. When Marnie was young, she was the happiest with Pokemon, and as she grew up, she became a pretty dang good trainer. However, her hometown of Spikemuth always made her wish that she could do something to make things better. As a result, she joined the gym challenge as a last-ditch effort to make a change, and when the people of Spikemuth heard about this, she became a celebrity. That's why I like Team Yell, despite how cheesy they are. It's literally a group of people giving it their all for someone who is trying to save their home. Yeah, they're way over the top, but it all goes towards something good. If you're going to cheer for someone, they might as well be someone who's trying to save your hometown. Of course, Marnie is only second place in this list. The number one waifu goes to someone else. In the number one spot, we have a character that took all of the hype and love that was being put on Sonia and stole it in a single segment. Nessa, I think, is probably the easy choice for best waifu in Sword and Shield. Her design is so unique in the game, from the bright blue highlights in her hair to her life preserver shoes. Everything about her just really makes her stand out. She's the water type leader of Hulberry Gym and definitely makes a splash every time she's on screen. She's probably one of the most developed gym leaders in the game, and you find out she went through the gym challenge of Sonia years ago. She also considers Milo as a huge rival. Literally everything about Nessa is great. She has this calm but powerful presence, she's a model, she's just one of the best types, and most importantly, she's 22 years old. That's right, Nessa isn't a 14-year-old girl or an 80-year-old woman, and you know what? Legality counts for me, especially in my research for this video where And there you have it, my list of the best waifus in Sword and Shield. Which Pokemon character is your favorite? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, why not leave a like and subscribe to my channel if notifications on, that way you never miss an upload. If you want to support me even further, consider following my Twitch where I stream a lot of Pokemon content and Nintendo content like shiny hunting, showdown battles, Pokemon Nuzlocke, Zelda, Fire Emblem, and much more. I've also been reviewing every episode of My Hero Academia Season 4 over on MysticSage, so head over there if you're into that too. Want to support me further and gain cool perks? Check out my Patreon. Daniel Leone, Lady Crimson, Memory Martin, The Lazy Leo, Matthew Young, Awesome Lego, Jarrett Wiz Austin, Sudden Grider, Nigma97, and DDD did, and I want to thank them personally for going above and beyond. It means the world to me. And hey, you can always follow me on Twitter at MysticUmbrian94, where you can catch any updates for the channel. Finally, let me know if you think I should make a husbando video in the future. But for now, I've been Mystic Umbreon, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.